yourselves ready. Hey everybody, it's your boy Trojan, the guy who kicks ass, keeps kicking ass, and won't stop kicking ass. How are y'all doing? Good, I hope. Well, we're continuing more of our stream of Infinite Space. So, in our little stream last time, we managed to basically get to the other side, rescue our allies. Good lord, they're jacked. And afterwards, we found out that an old friend, Ciso and Ian, have joined. Ciso is the prince of the Lugavalos, and of course, your friend Ian happened to be a member of the Lugavalos security force. So we're gonna continue on our story.
The people of my world.
We were in Notalu, so we were basically now remember we were in Notalu and we were basically updating ourselves. Let's go back and take a look. Let's go to the elevator and we're gonna continue on with this. Callus and company. Hey Drax, glad everything's well. We're gonna do some hunting. Oh. Area 4 is bottom right. Sapphira Nebula? Oh, okay, that sounds good, Drax. Got some fame. Modern truth. Oh, the Gloop cruiser and the Homunculus cruiser. All right, no worries. Now we got those new ships. Go here. You hear about those Parsticks and their secret lair nearby? They really got some nerve. I mean, what are they doing so close to the capital planet? They're practically sitting under government's nose. Yep, we first ran into a drunkard. You interested in a job? Sure, I have a pretty good job right here. Request from a cartoon artist named Ancho. He needs some external shots of the Armored Fleet Headquarters and Alpha Quadrant Fleet Headquarters for an animation he's working on. It seems none of the available pictures are out there, or taken from the exact angle he needs. What can I say? I can pay you a whopping $3,500 for this one. Oh, heck yeah. Of the Armored Fleet Headquarters and the Alpha Quadrant Fleet Headquarters. You can handle that? Alright. All right. Gonna move in range.
All guns, check firing tables and calculate course projections.
All right, don't worry. It's okay. No worries on that.
Target attack on enemy target. Fire all guns.
And I love the sound of that gun. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, he's... Ah, never mind. Fire...
Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
Looks like we got that guy done. That's no worries. Oh yeah, I was gonna take some pictures here. Yuri raises his camera and starts snapping shots of the surrounding area, but carefully not to capture the building's interior. There we go. So that's one down. Now we just have to head to... Gunnets. Gotta head to Nodalu. There we go. Oh wow, this guy really wants to try and tear my junkyard apart.
Open fire. Read the enemy's movement pattern. Dispersion pattern C, gamma minus. All guns, fire.
This also make getting money easy. Gunnets. Another battleship.
Don't give the enemy an opening.
This guy's gonna get wrecked.
Enemy unit 1.
Oh wow. Fighters really just do all the work for you. Right? Okay, let's bring this into the Tavern of Modern Shits. And we're gonna... Tavern. Greets him with a big smile. Well done, Captain. It seems you were able to take some excellent pictures. Thanks to you, Antioch's next graphic novel will sure be. Here's the pay, I promise you. Alright, let's head over, because let's look. Another battleship. Now we just sit here. Oh, barrage. Ha. Ow.
Prepare for a barrage.
Yep, this guy's gonna get wrecked.
Roger. Disabling first and second gun limiters. GCS correction pattern 0006. All guns. Dispersion pattern A,
Okay, the battleship.
Enemy Unit 1. Eliminated. Target's inflation reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinates.
Wrong gate. There we go, the hero's belt. For those wondering, I'm looking at a guide at the moment to help. Ghost. Ah.
Enemy unit. Enemy movement projected and gravity radiometry corrected. Burst limiters disabled. Shift dispersion pattern. All guns, open fire.
Target the enemy vessel in the forward quadrant. All guns, fire.
Enemy unit 1. Eliminated. Target's inflation reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinates.
Never. And we didn't have to worry about the other ship. That's pretty badass in my book.
Enemy unit 3. Elimination confirmed. Inflation reading has disappeared.
Oh, Narissa gained a few experience points. Perfect. Nino? Huh? Enter this port clearance procedure. Here he heads up toward the gangway when he something that makes him stop in his tracks. Wow, this is something else. Really amazing stuff. Oh, I see. The armor plates are turning blue. The inflation exhaust. An unkempt-looking man who clearly does not belong here is muttering to himself while feeling all over the outside of the ship. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? Well, looky here. It's the captain. I don't know what I would do without you. Huh? You don't remember me? It's me, Ancho Lorenzo. You'll not ring a bell, but that's besides the point. I don't like people loitering around my ship, touching my stuff. Really don't remember, do you? I had you take some pictures for me a while back. I remember something of the men being physically agitated. You mean that job I got at the tavern on Mandenschultz? Right, took you long enough. Sheesh. Anyway, the name's that Ancho Lorenzo, cartoon artist extraordinaire. Man, it was a shocker when I found out that the special person himself is taking those pictures for me. Okay, so what can I do for you now, Mr. Cartoon Artist Extraordinaire? I've been trying to catch up with you for some time now. You see, I want to use the inside of your ship for some ideas for my next cartoon. I need some references material, you see. Would you mind taking me aboard? No can do. There's no room for people like you. This isn't a pleasure cruise, you know. Hey, I'm not here for vacation. I've got my own work to do. Still, I wouldn't mind serving your crew. That's what it's going to take. Might not look like it, but my navigational skills are not to sneeze at. Ah, come on, you gotta let me on. I've been thinking of creating a new comic strip with you as my main character. The hit, you'll be famous. So what do you say? Come on, I'm serious here. I wanna I wanna crouch down in front of your engine exhaust. You're not gonna go anywhere until you say yes. I don't think so. I mean, who's going to clean the splatter remains off my ship? Wait a second, wouldn't really do that, would you? Don't be like that. Fine, you can join my crew. Huh? Really? Yeah, but on one condition. I'm not gonna be the main character in your comic strip. You got that? Okay, okay, message received, loud and clear. Does he know I got my fingers crossed? I'm gonna use him as my main character anyway. A new hit comic, Galactic Yuri, has suddenly been released out of the blue. Yuri's fame increased by 500. Darn otakus. Back to Space Germany. Hey, Dadder, you just missed the part I just got at Lencho. Or that one we apparently even in space we got otakus. Yeah. Hold up. Not getting any audio at the moment. Test, test. There we go. It's just the audio just does this on occasion. So get over here. We're just gonna have to be mute for a while and right, come on. But you can hear me. It's just the audio basically apparently something decided to get knocked and the result basically now the whole audio basically is out. That always happens on occasions depending on the situation. So but other than that, I think the audio I just have to want to make sure we can. Here we go. I'm gonna save right here, and then we're gonna on to Noda. To save this here, I'm gonna try and rebooting the whole the thing. So There we go. We'll put this right here. I'm gonna get this fixed. And, you just had to reboot. Sometimes if the audio gets knocked out, it messes up with the emulator. So as a result, the audio gets bumped. I need to upgrade my PC soon. Yeah, that happens. I'm using a notebook to stream this game anyway. See there. Oh, come on, really? Oh, there we go. So we got it fixed. Let's see. All I have right now is some working transporting cargo. I can give you 800 G for the delivery to Tavern at Nodalu. Then you accept, I'll get you to transport the car to Nodalu. After much research, I put the design of the ship flag member of. Would you like to put the flagship design? Yep. Alright. I want to edit our crew. I want to see our new... Here we are. All-seeing 2, eh? I remember all-seeing is... radar control. Oh, i5 6500. Wow. That's a pretty old school one. Gary, right? I heard you had something up for me. Yeah, that's exactly what I was waiting. Thank you very much. You know about the Pirates Lair on modded shots? They say the place is filled with some pretty bad juju. No one goes in there, place ever comes out, at least not alive. Huh? You want to hear more? Well, it's gonna cost you. How about buying me a drink? Heh, thanks. Okay, here's the inside scoop of the Pirates Lair. Where it is, they're using some kind of illusion. Creating system in the corridors. Seems like you'll meet a nasty fate if you walk down the wrong one. Hard to say which ones are those. They all look the same. Heard it's all from the only guy ever placed who ever got the place alive. He also gave me an odd piece of advice. He said, when in doubt, go straight ahead. Now, what is that supposed to be? Pablo. Just arrived. Pablo seemed to talk with the man who worked at the desk. What's going on, Pablo? Ah, Captain Maxey, we just have an interesting conversation. It seems he wants to hire me here. What do you mean hire you? Aren't you already part of Yuri's crew? The Gallus company was originally a private mercenary company. When I mentioned it was also maybe an offer almost use. So Captain, what should I do? Please admit when he hears Yuri's response. Nice to know you're wanted, and I'm happy to stay since you came out and said it loud and clear. Sure, I may be a mercenary and all, but at heart, but lately I've been more just about the money. Somehow I feel more fulfilled serving on your ship. That Pablo goes back to talk to the man at the front desk, presumably to decline the offer. Then this is where you can hire zero jobs that have been painstakingly in the Tallison Company. Go ahead and select the individual. Ah, hold up. I think I made a boo. Alright, let's see if this works. Yep. Oh, nice. Alright, Reason why I'm gonna tell basically is it's a there's a bug that basically. Right. Right. All right. All right. Then. Wow, Yuri, look at that. Yuri looks over to see a Kate pointing at one of Callus Company's training machines. On closer inspection, she notices that the top monitor is displaying a list of unbelievably high scores. Well, whoever did that must be one crust of a zero-G dog. Not quite, Yuri. I think these scores actually belong to that girl. Hehehe. No way. Are you telling me that little kid actually racked up all those high scores? Yuri nods at an incredulous-looking Yuri. Suddenly, as if there was some sort of sign, the door of the training machine popped open and skips out a young girl. Tee hee hee. Hey, Pop, did I surprise ya? Pops, are you talking to me? Besides, don't call me Pops, I'm only 20. That's right, I mean, you were checking me out when I was playing, wasn't I? Hi, Larry. I was watching you, if that's what you meant. Those are some pretty impressive scores. The machines are just a piece of cake, just like a game or something. There's nothing compared to the actual combat. True. Not like someone who actually seen some action. That's because I have, at least. I did on my grandpa's ship. Thing is, I've been kind of tough since he died. That's why I wanted to get her dead, but the problem of it was I kind of glitched it out. The problem with the flag is it's a very tricky flag to get. One wrong move and you end up glitching her out. Think about it. I inherited his ship, but who's gonna join my crew? I mean, come on. I'm just a kid. That's why I was thinks of joining up with someone else. Until I grow up and learn a little bit more. What do you say? What do we say about that? Hey, Pops, you're Captain Yuri, aren't ya? I've looked up you in the ranking directory. I'm way better than the usual morons and wannabes that think they're cut out for the life of a spacefarer, and you don't have to pay me that much. Plus, your name looks great on my resume when it's time for me to recruit my own crew. All that step aside, are you really ready to take your life in your own hands? Of course I am. I mean, Gramps used to talk to me about stuff like this all the time. We always said that anyone who ventured into space half-assed had no business even being there. Alright then, you can join my crew. Really? Yuri? She may be small in stature, but she got the look of a true zero-G dog to me. Sweet, it's a deal then. My name is Phyllis. Phyllis French. Looking forward to working with you, Captain Yuri. Alright, but get ready to be worked to the bone. Well, looks like let's take a look at her. Here we are. Oh, okay, so she's an ace pilot. Alright, we're putting Phyllis right here. So if she's an ace pilot, that means we got ourselves some new crack pilots on our team. Now we're heading back to Modern Schutz because there's a little pirate lair we want to hit. Modern Schutz. I'm gonna save the system so we don't have to go through that whole nightmare again. Alright. Hearing coming, notice a shady-looking character is entering, leaving a dilapidated old building. It is without a doubt the pirate's lair that the drunkard was talking about. Yuri senses someone on the floor above. Go. Oi! Who the gruss are ya? The pirates attack! Oh boy. Yuri, let's keep going, shall we? Okay. Put our branches here. Which way think should we go? Go forward. Go forward. What do you mean, let's go forward? Just follow me, you'll see. Stepping ahead of his bewildered crew, Yuri walks toward the wall ahead. Just when it appears he will bump right into it, his body seems to melt into the wall and disappear as if he were a ghost. Yuri finds himself in a room he's never seen before. He was soon joined by his crew who entered the secret room one by one. I get it, it's a trick wall, like an illusion or something. Well now, I believe we hit the jackpot here. Some of this looks quite useful. A quick search reveals some valuable items. Blueprints for a Regiland Bridge module, Lookout 3 module, and a Reference 2 module. But we got some good stuff now. Let's head back to Retalin. I want to test out some new toys and Let's see bridge. Well, let's continue on. Like we don't got the dough to basically do any modifications, but fear not. Now to Trimark. This is a rental lab. A nearby monitor states that 1,000 G per hour to use the facility. That seems pretty steep to me. Hey, who's gonna waste that much G just to use some crummy old lab? I agree. What a ripoff. I mean, huh? Tatiana Argonaut stops her Ren mid-sentence when her eyes falls on Gavier Minas. Appears to be some sort of euphoric trance. His eyes are glanced over as he stares longing at the laboratory. A trace of spit glistening on the side of his mouth. Professor, would you like to use the laboratory or something? Oh, don't mind me. I couldn't possibly ask for you such a large investment just for my research. The lab facility here is quite amazing, and I'm sure any work I do proceed extraordinary results. The price is, well, I'll just have to forget it, alright. I don't need to use a state-of-art lab. Who's he kidding? Professor Egghead here has got him crying himself to sleep tonight if he can't use this lab. Oh, thank you, Captain. I'm sure he'll be able to produce some extraordinary results here. Gavel Minas and Aminda Mystica appear to have absolutely giddy as they disappear into the lab. Sometime later. Eureka! Captain, you won't believe this. Shouting at the top of his lungs, Gavin Minas comes running up to Yuri. Yuri, I have a major breakthrough. The design for a new unit that will raise the ship's durability considerably. Really? Yes, of course, the design is still theoretical, but the science behind it is solid as a rock. Yuri interviewed looks at the Aminda Miska, who nods as if to confirm the professor's claim. I was over-skeptical at first, but he's right. His idea is theoretically sound. The man's a bona fide genius. Haha, so that's great. You should hurry up and start making... Yes, well, that's something I need to talk to you about, Captain. I'm all ears. Developing any practical application of this technology would require mobilization of the entire R&D team. And that would mean we'd have to halt all research on ship reinforcement for a while to focus on our efforts of unit development. So, what do you think? Can you spare us the manpower? Let's go for it. Go for it, Professor. I'm giving you full use of the research crew members until the unit is complete. Oh, thank you, Cap. Aminda, let's get started as soon as we get back on the ship. Yes, Professor. Accompanied by Yuri, Cavalry, Minas, and Aminda Miska exit the lab excitedly, rip-roaring, ready to go. we're gonna go a little farther back, and we're gonna go all the way to Retinant. I just do this to get some money while we kill stuff. And I just sit by and watch the fighters kill stuff. Awesome.
Enemy Unit 1. Elimination confirmed. Inflation reading has disappeared.
Pavlov leveled up. Eureka, Captain, we did it! Professor Minas comes running up to the bridge, shouting excitedly. Amanda Miska follows a little behind him, wearing a slightly stunned expression. With all this excitement, Professor, we did it, I tell you! We completed the design of a modular idea that came up in the lab of Trumark. Did? It's true, and I gotta say again, the man's a true genius. Smiling, Director Miska hands Yuri a model blueprint plate. Well, blueprint, alright. What's this for exactly? Using the duplex electro-finding method for Volcanoid, we succeed in bonding Volcanoid molecule with every other nearby 30 times normal column force. Now, if we create this one on the outer wall of the ship to form a liquid armor film, the ship's defensive should be markedly improved. Professor, this is absolutely amazing. To tell you the truth, I never expected anything as incredible as this from you. So, you never had a very high hopes from me, is that what you're saying? Oh, no, anyway, I really appreciate this, Professor Minas. Certainly welcome, Captain. And now return the crew members you've been using for their normal development duty. Thanks again. A Shield Frame 6 module. That is awesome. Now to Trumark. Because there's still one more place you gotta nail. I gotta say, that little having two ace pilots. This is like some Star Wars stuff where I could just launch the fighters, sit by, and just watch them just rip apart enemy warships. Damn. I'm saving this because we just got a module ship. Sure. Hearing company noticed shady-looking characters entering and leaving a dilapidated old building. Looks like it might be a pirate's lair. This is something on the forward. Gonna be tough, that's for sure. Who the gress are you? The pirates attack. Oh boy. beat the tar out of them. Here, let's keep moving forward. Okay. Hey, there's some on the floor here. Found a currency card. 1800G. Who to aggress are you? The pirates attack. Well, that took care of the pirates. Huh? What's that over there? Found a currency card. 500G. Yep, and more pirates. Oh boy. Here, look what I found on the floor. Currency card, 50G. What runs in a dead end? There's nothing I need to. Well, that takes care of the pirates, that's for sure. Let's head over here. As they make their way to the Space Armored Fleet headquarters, Yuri and Cumby come across a strange crowd of people. A crowd of 700 people holding up signs, marching against in utter silence. Upon closer inspection, the signs bear virtually a similar sounding message. O people of the universe, return to the planet from whence you came. He who ventures into space shall incur God's wrath. What are these? What's with these people? Oh, these are the Addisists. You know, followers of that wacky Addis religion. You see them from time to time. Almost every country country in the LMC. How come their signs are saying we shouldn't travel into space? Atheism is what their religion calls, is pretty much against all space travel. They think it's wrong. And they love to protest like this, like anyone's actually gonna listen to them. Heh, that sounds just familiar, hey Yuri? Just like Pavinov back in good old Ropesk. Pavinov, huh? It's been a long time I heard that name spoken. Yuri and company wait for the crowd to pass before they continue to headquarters. By Captain, this is a pleasant surprise. Diedrich Schneider happily greets Yuri, who does not have any other crew members in tow this time. I thought we could have a drink together. A drink, eh? That sounds good. That sounds good. It's perfect timing, too. I just finished organizing a huge backlog of documents. They should have a drink right here, if you don't mind. I've been saving this for a special occasion. Bergmeister, 10-year-old, is a luxury for military men like me. That's good. I'm glad you like it. They continue drinking in silence until Yuri declares that it's time to ask a question that has weighed heavily on his mind. Commander, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Max Viter, does the name Bastian Schneider ring any bells? I was wondering when you were going to put two and two together. Yes, Bastian was my older brother. I thought we might be related. Bastian was transferring data to the headquarters right before he passed away. That's how I first heard of you, and after our travels together thus far, I could truly say my brother couldn't have sacrificed his life for a worthier man. How come you didn't tell he was your brother when we first met? Tell Yuri it's complicated. But you must know I wasn't sure I would surrender to Libertist or Reginald when I first crossed paths. Yes, I know. You're all I knew. But I also knew that if I mentioned my brother's name, you might feel obligated to surrender to us. I didn't want you to force you to make that decision. I wanted you to make your mind up like the true zero-G dog. You are without any emotional baggage. I imagine Vice Admiral Scant would really chew me out if he ever caught wind of that. Heh. Yuri gives a small chuckle in spite of himself, and the unusually animated commander finished speaking. The bottle of Bergmeister is now empty. Three days earlier, ships from Tolmets minor sector within the interplanetary assembly fired on a Libertassian fleet violating its territory. In the attack, Libertas lost its cruiser South Star and Momentum. Retaliated by dispatching a large fleet. After nearly 12 hours, the small between Holmes and Zold were destroyed. The interplanetary assembly denounced the Libertas from the prominent of Tolmets under the guise of retaliation for the very incident it provoked. This is gonna be interesting. Ah. Area 3. Forgot about that. I just received a message from Vice Admiral Scant. He wants to see us back at headquarters on Redland. I bet it's another one of those pain-in-the-butt missions like so much. Don't complain, Franny, or should we just let Lugavalos conquer the LMC too? Ah, Gruss. I am gonna do this and... Now we just go to Alpha headquarters. Where let's save. Alright, let's do this. Right? Here we are. As Yuri enters the war room, he sees a large number of officers already gathered there. Lord Roth, Nellie Becker, and Dietrich Schneider are among the attendees. All right. Now that we're all here, I'd like to update you on the situation. You have no doubt that we have already heard the news that the nation of Dolmes has already been fallen to Lugavalos. The Libertist-led Federation now are preparing to do just that. In response, the Interplanetary Assembly has been monitoring for Regionaland to lead a unified front against the Libertasian control. Well, do we intend to accept their motion? Yes, our government has decisions and it's already been approved by the King. The Galactic Federation's role as a democracy-based decision-making body must be restored. Or so our government says in principle. But isn't that a simple matter of Regionaland wanting to assume the position Libertas is in now? Hartwig! But, I was just... But, each side's not sure. Zaner. Yuri, back me up on this one. Wouldn't you? You agree with me, right? All eyes turn to Yuri the moment Lord Roth asks for his opinion. The room falls silent. Every last one of them waits with bated breath to see what the Zero-G dog turned national hero has to say. Yuri begins speaking slowly and deliberately, all while very much aware of the intense stares in his direction. I think Lord Roth is right, but... But? Why the but? There's the but coming from! If Reginald has no intention of taking the reins of power, then there's no point in opposing Libertas in the first place. Your country has got to lead the Federation, at least in the battle against Lugavalos. So then, what are you saying? Why do you think Lugavalos holds so much power? It's because they're a tightly bound empire under the sole rule of an emperor, a dictatorship in everything but name. The nations of the LMC have no hope of winning unless... last one is united under a single powerful state. Wow, langsam dort. By every last one, you don't mean you won't win if you go against Lugovalos without a unified effort. And I'm not just referring to the Galactic Federation. The holy nation of Aegis will have to be forced to submit too. The entire large Magilla cloud has to be united by force if that's what's necessary. Tension of the war room feels like it's about to boil over Yuri's sudden frank assessment. But rather than being a heavy negative sort of tension, there's a sense of purpose and excitement in the air. Haha! Irhat right! He's absolutely right! Somebody has to come out and say it, but that's what we needed to hear! Captain, I must admit I have no idea you had such extreme beliefs. Here! Quiet down, everyone! Order! I said order! Luther Sank tries to bring order to the commotion caused by Yuri's remarks, but this is not a courtroom or a boardroom meeting as it takes a while for officers to finally settle down. Skank begins speaking again once he has regained the attention. The opinion that was just expressed is nothing more than the personal view of Yuri here. As members of the Radiolantic military, it is our duty to follow government orders. We need not think beyond what those orders are. Do you understand? Sehr good. Then what exactly are the government's orders? They are to confront Libertas for the Federation control and proposed by the members state by the Interplanetary Assembly. But before hostilities break out with them, we are to take over Zenito and the Grand Duchy of Emonzo. Although both are members of the Interplanetary Assembly, they have already voiced their clear support for Libertas. I see, so you're hoping to diminish your rival's power slowly from the outside. Genau. Now, the next thing we must do is find out which military operations the captain here wishes to join. Emonzo is a nation with a long history, and in terms of national resource and ship numbers, they're on par with Reginland. However, the capabilities of their ships themselves are unimpressive. Zenito, on the other hand, possesses advanced technology and formidable ships despite the nation's small size. And they have unprecedented fleet control capability, thanks to their use of the Neural-Operated Systems, or NOS. Their ships and fleet control capable make them a formidable opponent indeed. So we either got to invade the Grand Duchy or invade Zenito. Alright, for this one, we're gonna return back to our good old friend. We'll decide. So, while we do this, let's fire up the baby. And here we go. This is how we're gonna do this. I've already put the Grand Duchy and the Zenito so we can choose which path to go. On one case, get the Emonzo if we choose the Emonzo, or both have pretty good battleships from what I've read. The Emonzo's a good, which is basically the Absoluta. So, let's see. So let's do the wheel, shall we, folks? I know we're all waiting for that, so... Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the nation we should invade first. And it's going to be... Guess we're going after Zenito. Now with that, we're attacking Zenito. Alright then, proceed to Zenito via the Extros Belt sector. Lieutenant Schneider will be taking an advance front. You're to rendezvous with him in Zenito. Alright. Yahol! Lord Roth, we want you to hold back the Libertarian fleet. We could ask you to divert the Dragoon fleet and the heavy artillery fleet to support you if you like. No, that won't be necessary. The Royal fleet is much more than up to the task. Yeah, but you guys don't have that many sheeps. You really think you could take on Libertas all by yourself? Don't worry about him. His battle skills aren't so bad, actually. You actually do trust this guy, eh? I will get back to you on the formations and the remaining fleet shortly. You are dismissed. Words on the Libertarian ship use Zenotian technology. All we've got to do is study their ships if we want to come up with a strong strategy for beating them. It only makes sense. So, Captain, if you come across any design companies, make sure to buy up all the ship blueprints you can. I'll keep working on our strategy in the meantimes. Okay, sounds like a plan. Kinda weird that Zenito's a monarchy, don't you think? I mean, I thought the big thing was to disguise stuff by having everyone hash it out, get them to say in. That's true, but the unifies the people under a single purpose requires the absolute power of a monarch. Their ruler loves harmony and teaches their people to seek it out peace whenever possible. Yeah, well, that's how they can't agree with the Interplanetary Assembly already. I suppose it's because they're still evolving. The human mind, as well as the thought and actions, will never be perfect no matter how far it evolves. Another repeat. Oh, come on. I'll do this one more time. If I don't get it, I'm leaving. Alright, we're done. Alright, looks like we're not getting much of anything, so. unifying the whole LMC? That's gotta be a seriously huge jolt. Tell me about it. That's what the last thing I expect to hear come out of Yuri's mouth. Actually, it's the little plan that Yuri, Alec, and I have been cooking up over the past 10 years. You see, it's not something he thought up on the spur of a moment, so to speak. That's right. Really, Yuri? I don't want to see the LMC make the same mistake the SMC did. And the plan seemed to be the only way to go. Well, if Yuri says it's the plan, I'll do whatever he can help. No matter, Kira, you don't look too happy about this. No, I'm fine. Yeah, well, I sure hope so. So maybe you guys had a little bit of a sibling rivalry brewing up between you two. Randy, do you have anything better to do than to pick on Kira? I know, how about helping me do an engine inspection? Yeah, whatever. Randy Parlour was practically dragged off by the bridge by Semaeus Alster. Tatiana Arkonoff watches them go while whispering information in Kira's ear. There's always something to worry about, isn't there, Kira? Oh, I'll be alright. I mean, as long as everyone else is okay. Next stop, Void Gate. Launch the fighters.
Prepare for a barrage. Increase dispersion zone density.
Roger. Disabling first and second gun limiters. GCS correction.
It looks like we're opening fire and we're gonna do some wrecks.
All guns. Dispersion pattern A alpha. Maximum burst mode 36. Fire. Enemy Unit 1. Eliminate. Targets in Clayton reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinates.
There we go, another ship going down.
Enemy Unit 2. Destroy. Calculations completed for enemy course projection and range delta.
Prepare to bombard the target quadrant on my mark. Mark.
Enemy Unit 3. Eliminate. Targets in Clayton reading is diffusing.
That takes care of all the enemy fighters. Something wrong, Kira? Lieutenant Schrader's ship dead ahead, but why isn't it moving? That's strange. Pass me to the lieutenant. Okay, go ahead. Ah, Captain. I see you caught up. I thought you were supposed to be running me after we entered the Zenatonian sector. I apologize for the sudden change of plans, but there was a situation that needed my immediate attention. What exactly were we talking about, Lieutenant? We received a report from the Zeros Belt unit claiming that a Zenatorian squadron intruded into this sector. No kidding! They want to strike the first blow or something? If so, it would be an unprecedented event. You see, they rarely, if ever, travel outside their own sector. Yeah, come to think of it, I've never actually met a Zenatonian. Hey, Nada. But that's because all they care about is researching how to evolve their own race. I bet they spend all their time locked away in their mad scientist labs cackling and stuff. An evolved race of people, eh? How very interesting, but disturbing. So what's a reclusive bunch of them like doing in a place like this? That's pretty weird, right? Jawohl. And that's exactly why I'm trying to find some. Sounds interesting. Count us in. I'd appreciate the help. Okay, let's speed up then and commence our search. Aha! There's a battle up ahead! Is that the Zenatonian squadron Lieutenant Schrader was talking about? Those are some snazzy looking fighters. It didn't look like a battle. It looks more like a small ship getting chased by a bunch of bigger ships. Yeah, but ain't they all Zenatonian? What gives? Yuri just received a chase down from the ship being pursued. Huh? Yuri! They can't ignore the signal, but if they really do need help, battle stations, everyone. Our target is that Zenatonian squadron. Pugalio class, eh? Launch fighters.
Calculate enemy tactical pattern. Begin consecutive fire.
Gun crews 1 and 2. Projections calculated. Enter dispersion patterns and open fire.
Well, that's one enemy dead.
Enemy Unit 2. Eliminate. Target's inflation reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinate.
Target locked. All guns. Fire for effect.
Dispersion pattern B Alpha Plus. All guns synchronized. Fire! Enemy Unit 1.
Recovery work complete. Got any survivors? Really look forward to seeing a real-life Zenatonian. We only found one, but it looks kind of important, like a captain or something. Just one? Are the rest of them all dead? No, there's really only one person on board. The rest of the ship was empty. That's impossible. Even a smaller ship like a destroyer couldn't possibly be controlled by one person alone. Yeah, I thought it was weird, too. But here's what's really freaky. He was connected to some kind of machine by this really weird tube. Oh, great. The Xenatonians are basically the Mechanicus. We're basically dealing with Space Mechanicus now. We had to actually cut the damn thing and bring him in here. Oh, now, those Xenatonians never fail to surprise. Torlo, where's the Xenatonian now? I want to meet him right away. He's sleeping in the sick bay like a little babe. Follow me, I'll take you there. Somebody! What the? That sound like Tats. What up, love? Help! Where is everyone? Don't abandon me! Ah! Oh, help me, please! I can't! Ah! The lone man is in the center of the sick bay, clutching his head in agony. Presumably it's the Xenatonian that Torlo Adkin found. Tatslov, what happened? I don't know, he just woke up and started screaming like that. Oh, I'm utterly alone! So afraid, so lonely! Somebody! Anybody! As the rest of them stare at the man who's stunned on their look, faces Kira quietly approaches them and kneels by his side. Oi! Kira, wait! Ah! I need an adult! I need an adult! It's alright, don't worry. Please calm down. Everything's going to be alright. Everyone is gone. Oh, the horror! The horror! It's too much to bear! It's alright. I'm right beside you, see? Nice and warm, huh? Huh? Don't be scared. You're not alone. Kira. Wow. Fell back asleep. Kira and company finally snap out of their stunned silence. They gently lift the man up and lay him back in bed. What the gross was that all about? I bet we blew it when we cut that tube he was hooked up to it. Stupid bastard. No, you did the right thing, Torlo. I mean, how else were you supposed to rescue him? Better carefully monitor his mental state. He'll need some serious counseling from our medical staff. He's obviously been traumatized by something. Right, I'll let them know. Jawohl, I see. So he's resting peacefully now? He is, but what do you think happened? Unfortunately, direct contact with a Xenatonian is extremely rare. As such, their race is pretty much a mystery to the other people of our galaxy. Oh. I'm sorry I can't be more of help. No, it's not your fault. Now how about we make for the Xenatonian sector? Okay, but as opposed to the original plan, please let my fleet lead the way. We know little, if anything, about the Xenatonian sector. Who knows what would be out there? Here we are, entering Xenatonian space. Bloody hell. This is the Xenatonian sector? Kinda lonely looking place, eh? Not too many stars either. Yuri, did you have a minute? Giorgio mentioned that he'd like to talk to you. Giorgio? Yeah, you know that Xenatonian, the one we just... I know. Ah, Yuri. As he enters the sick bay, Yuri sees George Zeniko sitting up in bed talking to Kira with a calm look on his face. Sure look well enough to be sitting up like that. Oh, yes, I was just enjoying some carbon conversation. That very interesting habit, or shall I say, customer you have. Huh? Forgive me, we Xenatonians rarely engage in carbon station. At least, in the manner with which your kind does. Here interrupts those throws Giorgio in a lifeline as he flails, trying to explain himself. It seems that all Xanatonians share a common awareness via some sort of network, so except for a few who have contact with foreigners, they never actually have to have a conversation like we do. Affirmative. The network itself is known as the QuilaNet. It is via this network that we Xenatonians share a common consciousness and communicate without speaking out proud. Now I get it. Torlo cut you off from the network when he severed that tube. Interesting. Affirmative. I have never been sublimated from QuilaNet before. To think on my own. Decide my own factions. Quite frightening at first. However, I have a mission of great importance that must maintain my sanity, come what may. I have already, how shall I say, aggregated somewhat of this newfound freedom. And for that, I must thank you, Tatiana and Kira. They were extremely helpful to me. You mean helpful, right? Anyway, I'm glad to hear it. So what did you want to see me about? I was heading to Reginald by order of the Queen of Zenito. Her Royal Majesty, Queen Saphira, when you frond me, Her Majesty wishes to convey a message of neutronism. Neutronism? Don't you mean neutrality? Affirmative. Neutrality is the proper term. As our Queen, Her Majesty Will is the people of the Zenatonian people. I guess, so if this Belina net is really some sort of system where everyone can share their consciousness, if you guys really are neutral, then why do you have allied yourself with the Libertas? Oh, yes, well... We spotted that advanced ship from the Red Atlantic Fleet. Okay, maintain our present course, prepare to rendezvous. Ah, Captain. We've been expecting you. Let me introduce you. This is Captain Baum. He's in charge of the invasion operations. Captain Herm Baum, leader of the fleet charged with conquering Zenito. We're glad to have you along, Air Captain. You'll have no doubt proved very useful. We'll do our best. Oh, and there's something I want to introduce to you. Introduce to me? Yes, a Zenitonian. A what? I see. So General Rubico is ignoring the Queen's will and is now completely out of control, is he? Affirmative. First he severed the military's QuilaNet from the main network. Then he made pals, or shall I say allies, with Libertas. He even went as far as impersonating the cream of Nirand. I mean, the Queen. I was allowed to escape on my own as a secret emissary charged with seeking help. So you're saying if General Rubico was defeated and the Queen rescued, then Zenito would maintain its neutrality? Affirmative. Alright. I want to hear what he's saying, but do you think he can be trusted? I think it would be worth our while to trust him. Captain Baum? Alright then, Captain, you have my leave to act on your own for now. Go rescue the Queen over in Nirand. Then we'll see where the Zenatonian is speaking the truth. How shall we proceed? We can't base our strategy on the claims of a single man, especially a citizen of an enemy nation. We'll proceed to our invasion operations. I trust you're ready for that, Air Captain? That's fine by me. Good. This strategic meeting is over then. Giorgio, let's go back to our ship. Yes, of course. As Yuri heads over toward the door, along with George, Baum calls out from behind. Air Captain? Yes? Don't let your guard down. In light of a non-response or ominous warning, Yuri continues to walk out the door. Way back from the meeting, George Zinko walks silently by Yuri's side for a time and then begins speaking softly. Chief Yuri, Captain, actually. Oh, yes, of course, Captain. May I ask you a question? Fire away, Giorgio. You, and by you, I mean of all of you, did not reach a full and unconditional agreement. Despite this, you still believe what I said. I find this highly illogical. I do not understand how this is possible to make a decision among people lack an unified consciousness. Could you please explain? Well, I can see how a Xanatonian might find that strange, but it's just how someone trusted. Your decision was that simple then. You probably could have imagined the terror you felt at being cut off from your network of people. You were somehow able to overcome it for the sake of your mission. See what I'm getting at? I am worried I do not. Heh. Giorgio Zinko continued casting his bewildered gaze at Yuri, who was grinning broadly. Time for our first battle, Giordano. A cachito, mistito, and a pukilito.
Begin a bracket attack on the enemy.
Bracket attack, roger. Gun data links, elevation 011. Fire. Enemy Unit 3. Destroy. Enemy movement projected.
There we go.
And gravity radiometry corrected. Burst limiters disabled. Shift dispersion pattern. All guns, open fire.
Target the enemy vessel in the forward quadrant. All guns, fire.
Pirate? Okay, looks like it's doing some damage. I gotta admit, these Xanatonian ships usually are pretty Borg-like.
Enemy Unit 2. Eliminated. Target's inflaton reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinate. We projected the movement pattern of the enemy fleet ahead.
That's pretty surprising, but still impressive.
Put limiters on all guns.
Disable limiter. Roger. Set zone of dispersion to the target quadrant. All guns, begin barrage.
go.
Enemy Unit 1. Destroyed.
Now they're in Jadino. Those things look like TIE fighters. Great, I hope we don't get sued by Disney. What is this place? Smells more like a hospital than a tavern. Giorgio, I thought I asked you to take us to a tavern. This approximately correlates with what you people call a travern. There are, of course, a number of differences. Why does it smell like a pharmacy in here? I don't see anything even slightly resembling booze. Senatonians do not consume alcoholic carriages. Instead, we consume ampules, such as these. There are sounds of sudden blasts of air as Giorgio Zinco presses an ampule to his neck. The expression softens before their eyes. Are you drunk, Giorgio? Technically, no. The chemical acts as the nerving system allow one to enjoy the feeling of being intoxicated. It has the effect of taking you to the brink of irrational thinking, but never quite taking over you to the edge. It thereby avoids the mistakes and poor judgments caused by alcoholic consummation. You're kidding, right? Sorry, but this is plain freaky. Would anyone care to try some? Captain Yuri, perhaps? Thanks, but I think I'll pass. Everyone, Giorgio nods in unison when they hear Yuri's reply. Giorgio shrugs and happily consumes another ampule. No way, I mean they're nothing alike. Senatonians value reason above all else and evolved to that direction. On the other hand, the Nassians evolved in the direct opposition. They feel there is reason they should not be the ultimate goal. That's the important part of history to the part of the universe. Human evolution. Well, the Senatonians are wrong if they think humans are simple fools. That's all the reason. Welcome to Zenito. May I interest you in our selection of stronger ampules, designed specifically for foreigners? I'm currently collecting information on the Zenito sheeps, but there's something I've wanted to very interesting. Amazes me despite their superior sheep technology. They don't try to aggressively advance it through space. Is it really that good? I see. Take a look at these. Look at their data, integration technology, for example. It's known as the Neuron Operation System, or a NOS for short. It runs through every inch of their sheep like a neural pathway in the human brain. Data is collected from sensors all over the sheep and the breed and autonomously filters it in real time. It's the ultimate in CIC systems. Wow. I see, amazing, isn't it? And with the addition of the Mentis fibers, Antonio Electra has subjected Yuri to a 3-hour lecture of Zentonian technology. Yuri's science skills increased by 2. So at least we know that these ampule bars are basically the same as Yuri, I found a new star lane. Putting on our charts. You discovered a new star lane. The Senatonian fleet dead ahead, and one of their ships is huge. Based on its sight, say that's the flagship of their fleet. Is that them? Kira? Okay, I patch it through. Attention, trespassing fleet. Do you read me? This is Admiral Michelo Rubinko, commander of the Zentino's core fleet. So that's Milenko Rico, eh? Consider this a warning. You are now in Zentonian-controlled sector. Unauthorized entry by foreign races is expressly prohibited. Turn back now and leave the sector at once. What if we say no? Then we have no choice but to terminate you and your ship. Go ahead, give it your best shot. If that's your answer, then we shall consider this an act of war. So that's an absoluta, eh? Launch the dogfighters.
Energy readings for
Never mind, looks like we took out one of their fighters.
Enemy Unit 3. Eliminated. Enemy fleet maintaining positions. Transmitting ranging data.
Well, time to kick the Borg out of...
Begin volley firing. Disable all weapon output limiters.
Energy levels confirmed at maximum for all weapons. Fire.
Oh, wow, he actually dodged at the last second. These Borgs aren't dumb.
Detecting energy readings from...
Begin a bracket attack on the enemy.
Let's see, that should fry some of the guys.
Bracket attack, roger. Gun data links, elevation 011. Fire.
That's another destroyed ship.
Enemy Unit 2. Eliminated. Target's inflaton reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinate.
Oh boy. Launch secondary.
Elevated energy readings.
Oh, that lucked out.
Open fire. Read the enemy's movement pattern.
That was basically there. The fighter should hold them off.
Dispersion. Enemy Unit 4. All gun.
That should take care of that guy.
Enemy Unit 5.
Now to deal with their main flagship, the Absoluta. Open fire. Let's rip this thing a new one.
Time to take control of this.
There we
battle.
go.
All guns, prepare for a barrage.
Roger. Disabling gun limiters. Diverting 70% of generator power to weapons. Adjust horizontal angle of fire to all enemy quadrants. Fire.
Never mind. Looks like it seems you have suffered a we have suffered a defeat. Transfer. 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 Oh, damn. That should be the last we ever see of him. You're saying we finally took down Rubinko for real this time? Sounds like it to me, alright? Wouldn't think so, but you never know. Then we all I gotta do is rescue the queen now. Pace a crumpet, right guys? Oh boy.
Calculations completed for enemy unit.
Don't give the enemy an opening.
Oh, that take care of most of those guys. Yeah, these things just do some mild damage and are just more annoying.
Target locked.
There we
All
go.
guns, fire for effect.
Dispersion pattern B Alpha Plus. All guns synchronized. Fire. Enemy unit 1.
I found a new star line, putting it on our charts. the Eleusis Nebula. Oh boy. Launch enemy fighters.
Don't give the enemy an opening. Prepare for alternating fire.
Starboard and port batteries, prepare for back-to-back fire with an interval of 2. Gun crew, fire.
Alright.
Enemy unit 4. Did
And there goes our junkyard.
Unit 3. All systems failing. Retreating from battle.
Let's finish them off.
This,
All guns.
this is
prepare
for
to
you
fire.
wrecking my junkyard.
Roger. All gun limiters disabled. Releasing secondary GCS systems. Barrage interval 2, 3, 8. Fire all guns.
I'll be right back, folks.
Enemy unit 3.
All guns, prepare to fire.
And never, that's a good thing about having auto-recording. They always
Gun
record
crew,
that goes on.
disable first and second limiters. Transmitting gravity radiometry data. Gun batteries, dispersion pattern D, alpha, plus. Maximum
I think that was
initial
just a
fire speed.
robocall.
Fire.
I like that. I like my Pilato.
Enemy unit 2. Eliminated. Target's inflaton reading is diffusing into the delta coordinates.
Here we go.
Enemy fleet maintaining
There we go. That's
position.
gonna wreck that
Transmitting
guy.
ranging data.
All big time.
Begin volley firing. Disable all weapon output limiters.
Energy levels confirmed at maximum for all weapons. Fire.
Ah,
Enemy unit 1. Eliminated. Target's inflaton reading diffusing.
at least we're making some money. Now in Marshall. Gajato, the Chlo, the Pugito. It seems that Libertas provide General Rubinko with intelligence about the Lugovian Empire. I presume it's the reason he fell for the need to build his own Quilanet. But I must question his actions, as they are against the will of Her Majesty the Queen. What the? That looks like Rubinko's fleet, the one we already destroyed. Attention, trespassing fleet. Admiral Mikhail Rubinov, commander of the Centino Corps fleet. Turn back now and leave the sector immediately. Non-compliance will resume an immediate termination. What the grus is going on here? That guy should be like, why dead? I assume your failure to turn back signifies your intent of non-compliance. But I don't get it. Me neither, but there's no time to think about it now. Here they come. Did I miss something here?
Detecting energy reading.
Prepare to attack. Gunnery crew,
Just some
open fire on
crazy
target
stuff
ship.
here.
Roger. Gunnery crews, check grid data. All guns, fire. Enemy unit 4. Calculations completed for enemy course projection and range delta.
Prepare to bombard the target quadrant on my mark.
We'll use the special. That should help us out.
Detecting energy readings from the enemy. First wave.
There we
incoming.
go.
3 seconds. Enemy is. Enemy fleet maintaining
There we go. This
position.
is gonna be tough.
Transmitting ranging data.
Begin volley firing. Disable all weapon output limiters.
Energy levels confirmed at maximum for all weapons. Fire.
Alright, that's one battleship destroyed.
Enemy unit 5. Eliminate.
No, we're gonna launch a second fighter division. Alright.
Enemy is charged.
And there goes our junkyard again.
Unit 3.
I think he's figuring out our
Enemy
strategy.
movement projected and gravity radiometry corrected. Burst limiters disabled. Shift dispersion pattern.
Yep, yep, I think our little mimetic buddy just figured out basically how to crack our skull open. This ain't good. Back out, back out, back out, back out of range.
Unit 4. Enemy unit 2.
This is some crazy shit now. Keep an optimal range. They like to play this. They're gonna play this little long game.
Enemy unit.
All right. There we go.
Incoming bracketing salvo 3.
It seems you have suffered a defeat. Transfer, transfer, transfer. I think that should do it. Yeah, but what if he comes back again? Yeah, right, like that's never possible. Well, do you mind explaining to me what just happened? That's just, Giorgio, was that the real Rubinko? Could you be using a body double or something? That would be inconceivable. We Zenatonians are connected to a network on which our individual psychopatterns have been registered. To have someone else pretend to be General Rubinko would be an impossibility. So then, you saying a dead guy could just come back to life? That too is an impossibility. I'm afraid I have no answers for you. Then what's left? A ghost? Yeah, right. We're gonna need to get our ships repaired, because we basically are just running. Let's save the system just in case. I don't want to have to run all the way to Redolin. Good lord. That would have been a disaster. To die and have to do all this whole thing all over again. Puglito.
Calculations completed for enemy course projection and range delta.
Prepare to bomb bombard the target quadrant on my mark. Mark. Begin a bracket attack on the enemy.
All right, let's try this guy.
Test firing complete. Gravity radiometry corrected.
Fire for effect. All guns, set your sights on the enemy vessel ahead and fire.
Enemy.
Peanuts level 5. Gary, it's Rubico's fleet again. What is this guy? A zombie? Let's lay him to rest for good this time.
Enemy has begun. Enemy has begun.
All guns,
There we go.
prepare to fire. Begin volley.
Gun crews, disable first and second limiters. Transmitting gravity gradient.
This guy's annoying. I mean,
Gun
seriously.
batteries, dispersion pattern D, alpha, plus. Maximum initial firing speed. Fire! Elevated energy.
Never mind, that's one fighter down.
Enemy unit 2.
All guns.
I'm gonna focus on this guy.
Begin a bracket attack on the enemy.
Rack. Enemy unit 3. Enemy has begun firing. Calculating projected imp.
And there goes our junkyard.
Unit 3. Elevated energy.
And of course, there goes the Warhound.
Unit 4.
Guy's playing for keeps, for sure. I think this guy's playing for keeps.
Enemy unit. Incoming bracketing.
There we go. We gotta start wrecking this thing. Okay, that's just not bloody possible.
Preemptive.
Enemy unit 5.
There we go.
Target locked. All
There we
guns,
go. That should
fire
wreck
for
that guy.
Dispersion pattern B Alpha Plus. All guns synchronized. Fire!
There we go. It seems you have suffered a defeat. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Fury, I found a new star lane. I'll put them up on chart. We'll head to the Harmonium. Launch fighters. These guys are really playing for keeps, that's for sure.
Begin a bracket attack on the enemy.
Bracket attack. Roger. Gun data links. Elevation 011. Fire.
we go.
Read the enemy's movement pattern.
Dispersion pattern C, gamma minus. All guns, fire. Enemy unit 1. Eliminate. Targets inflate reading. Diffuse.
Take care of that. Let's see, make sure my mic's working. Ah, another battle.
Enemy is charging. Test firing complete. Gravity gradiometry corrected.
Let's do that.
Fire for effect. All guns, set your sights on the enemy vessel ahead and fire.
There we go.
Enemy unit 3.
Don't give the enemy an opening. Prepare for alternating fire.
Go.
Starboard and port battery. Enemy unit.
Go. Now the barrage.
Bring the enemy down. Disable all weapon limiters.
Limiters disabled. GCS system and shields released. All gunnery crews, firing interval 1, 2, 2. Begin barrage.
Alright. Let's see this. And that takes care of that.
Enemy unit 2. Eliminate.
Let's see. One shot. Bam. Bam. There it goes. That's a lot. Ooh, that's a lot of upgrade. Marshal. Majesty the Queen is being held against her will on Naran, next planet over on the star lane. Sadness is fastest. We too share her sadness for all we ever wished for harmony in the universe. She wants us. Oh, looks like we better help out that, so here is Nedaran. Alright. Go. Yuri, it's Rabigo's fleet again. What is this guy, a zombie? Let's send him to rest this time for good. In the great words of Vegeta, why won't you die? Back.
We've projected.
You guys aren't playing around.
Enemy has begun a barrage. Enemy is...
All guns.
There we
prepare to
go.
Fire. Begin volley.
Gun crews, disable first and second limiters. Transmitting gravity gradiometry data. Gun batteries, dispersion pattern D, Alpha, plus. Maximum initial firing speed. Fire!
If this hits. Fragged.
Enemy unit 2. Eliminated. Elevated
There goes our junkyard.
Unit 3. Elevated enemy.
And of course, they one-shot the Warhound.
All guns. Prepare
These guys
to
aren't
fire.
really. These guys are
Begin
really
volley.
playing for keeps, for sure.
Gun crews, disable first and second limiters. Transmitting gravity gradiometry data. Gun batteries, dispersion pattern D, Alpha, plus. Maximum initial firing speed. Fire!
Okay, that's just bull.
Enemy unit. Enemy is charging weapons. Prepare for attack. Elevated enemy.
Frag this guy.
Incoming bracket. Incoming bracket.
Never mind, looks like we melted him. Seems you have suffered a defeat. Transfer, transfer, transfer. There we go. No sign of resistance here. Affirmative. There should be not any smolders stationed down in the ground. The elimination of Roberto's fleet has completely liberated this planet. Got that? Let's go the ambule. I fled here after some sticking my nose in some risky business that I probably should have ignored now that I think of it. Thankfully, the long arm of the Federation Police doesn't extend into Zentonian sector. The partners went on ahead to set us a hide on a nearby planet. I plan on joining them over there real soon. This is Sensorium Tower? Affirmative. The consciousness of the entire Zenatonian people is integrated here, and the output as the Queen's Royal decrees. It is democracy in its purest form. So is this like some kind of ginormous server tower or something? Affirmative. Some might call this a server form, but we know it as simply a Sensorium Tower. With George Cinco in the lead, Yuri and company board the optical elevator and head toward the top floor. The elevator stops in its door. Start noticing a faint hum in their ear. What is this place? Looks like the inside of a human body. Kira's observation is an accurate description. The room is filled with an intricate network of crisscrossing organic the mechanical. Old woman quietly near the back. Giorgio, I so feared that your life when your consciousness disappeared from the network. I am relieved you are safe. You are far too kind, Your Majesty. And who are these who accompany you? They have fulfilled their wishes of the Zenatonian people by coming to Your Majesty's rescue. Well, then, they shall have my eternal gratitude, as well as that of the Zenatonians. Queen has a royal yet kindly presence. Yuri and company find themselves bowing reverently, or despite themselves. These Zenatonians have long sought to evolve into ultimate humanoid form. However, our race has now developed because our people like Milenko. Sadness I feel threatens to my being. What do you mean, you're devolving? See, Minko disconnected from the QuilaNet and built his own separate military network. QuilaNet can only reach its true potential when it integrates the will of all of our Zetonians. The will of all of our people. One individual becomes the group becomes the individual. There is no strife, hatred, anger, nor envy, only calmness and peace. I believe this is the ultimate state of being that humanoids have always. But Rubinko has disavowed the evolutionary path that would lead us there. I see. Oh, and about that General Rubinko. We noticed something really strange when we were fighting him. Something strange? Please elaborate, if you would. And that about sums it up. Yes, I see. So Rubinko keeps returning when he should have already been dead. In all likelihood, he has adopted the cloning technology developed by our military. Yes, but even cloning does not result in the exact same person. Even if you could copy memories to a clone, it's not possible. Copy one's consciousness. It is with QuilaNet. The process is known as mind transference. As long as there is a clone body ready, it is possible to transfer one consciousness before the moment of death. Fascinating. Gavril Minak claps his hands together in excited awe upon hearing about this mind transfer process. What an incredible effective use of your network! You could create an army of soldiers if you so desired. This is bleeding edge military technology to the extreme. Professor, we can admire the technology later. But first, we have to figure out how to defeat Milenko Rubinko. In that case, the only way would be to destroy all of his spare bodies. You have no idea how many there are or whether they're being. Yes, that could certainly pose a problem, couldn't it? I will do all I can that can help you out in your quest to seek out his spare bodies. Must be some information that our network pertains to the whereabouts. I appreciate the help, Your Majesty. I have but one request. Will you hear it? Of course, go on. Our race has been long plagued with an ever-dwindling population. That is why I beseech you. Casualties are absolute. Okay, I'll do what I can. That's all I can ask, Captain. Majesty, I have a request if I may. Yes, you may state your request. I would like to help these people to the best of my abilities. In the end, I was wondering if you might permit them to use the basement facility. Very well then, here's the tower key. You will need it to gain access. You are most gracious, Your Marjorie. Yes, really appreciate your help, Your Majesty. The Queen nods benevolently in response to Yuri's reverent bow. Samples of module plates are displayed on the monitor. Here's the module purchased here. Here again for the monitor. Whereupon is laser scanner. Body is laser scanned and its own guidance system activates the module. Welcome to Sensorium Tower. Based on your fame, all items are available to your purchase. That takes them all. Let's leave the area and then we're gonna just the elevator. Save our system. And we're gonna all right. Remodel and take a look. God. Right. Out. Looks like I'll try and figure out something how to reload the whole module thing, but looks like we're almost out of time, and basically it's almost there. Sorry about basically doing, but so far we managed to make a lot of good heading. Oh wait, I know what I could. Take a look at fighters. Well, the Intrigos seem to be the best in the slot. Let's at least upgrade our armaments and right. MR. There we go. Well, we managed to fix up a lot of stuff, get this taken care of, so we're gonna basically call it a night. But don't worry, we'll continue tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fiddle around maybe a little later on with modules, see if I can get some good stuff. So basically, I'm gonna thank the following people for sticking around. OXAO2, All in Conglomeration, All in the Gathering, Bing Cortana, Drax420, Lanare, Larry Guy 3, Lily Tuff, and the Deader 1. Thanks for tagging along, and maybe tomorrow we'll be basically guitar out of these basically we're gonna continue on our little war against the not Borg or not Mechanicus. So with that, have a good night, pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you again tomorrow on Friday. With that, peace out, y'all, and whatever you do, if you see a cyborg, don't rip the tube out because you might brain his damage. Good night, everybody.